Hey man, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we're going to begin this lesson by giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Northern of the world, for us is true. And Shalom to the hopeful elect, the elect of Yahweh Shai, the elect of Israel, starting with 144,000. I'm the brother GMS. I'm the brother Nafash, GMS UK, and I'm joined with the brother
Razama.
From the UK camp, man. And we're just going to go into Lord willing Ezekiel 37 today. And Lord willing, it's an edifying lesson in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiel Shai. Let me just send that link through. All right, 1 second. I forgot to send it in the other chat. In case brothers. There we go. Yeah, man. So, hey, Lord willing, it's an edifying lesson. We're just going to go with it and flow, man. Right. So, did you have anything you want to say up before we start? Okay. So yeah, man, let's go to verse 1 and just go from there and get some understanding on Ezekiel 37, which is it's a beautiful chapter, and it's important to understand. It's part of it important to understand what's going on here right now in this ministry, what we're doing, and it's all according to prophecy. Yeah, go ahead, Asher.
This is Ezekiel 37 from the top. It says, the hand of Yahweh was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of Yahweh and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones.
Right. So this is Ezekiel seeing this vision. Now when it's talking about the valley, what he was seeing, what he was in the vision is America. That's where he was being put in the spirit. Okay. When it says in the midst of the valley, which is full of bones, that's talking about America. All right. And we can quickly just jump to Psalms 23, just to get a quick precept on that. Probably start from start from 4. Yeah, just straight to the point. Go to point 4, Bob. Sure.
This is Psalms 23 and 4. It says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. For thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Yeah, man. A valley is like a low place. Valley is between two mountains or two high places, and America is spiritually, very, very low. It's the place that is going to get a great judgment according to the scriptures for its whoredoms, for its low morality, for the things that it pushes, the doctrines that it pushes and philosophies it pushes across the world. It's for the enslavement of the chosen people of the world, the Israelites. Okay, our ancestors served. We served in the reincarnation. Really, we served slavery. Okay, and and being driven from our different dwelling places by the sword. Killed, disease. Deceived, all kinds of things, man. To this day, we still serve our punishment over there. That's in Baruch. I don't know if you had something up. You say something?
No, that was it.
Okay. So that's what we're doing, man. And when we read this psalm, it says what that through the valley of the shadow of death, no matter where you're at, you can get shot anytime.
Yeah, exactly.
All the time. I was watching this TV show called For Life. And it's like a fictitious TV drama, and it's about pretty much a lot of the subjects that they deal with is injustice that happens to Jake, which we know what that's all about. We know that we're being punished over here. This is our punishment. Okay, like when a cop blows away a Jake, right, and it's a shady thing. We know that it's judgment. We know that, but at the same time, the scriptures also say about touching the apple of the Lord's eye. People are they're still got to get punished for that, for coming down. Like even though Esau's the Lord's whipping stick, Ezekiel 17 and 13, the Lord's sword.
Yeah,
Esau has to suffer for what he's doing to us.
That's it.
Which,
if I could say, which is you got to fear a power like that, man. He can he can make you do something and then punish you for it, man. That's kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, that's it. It's his movie.
Yeah.
It's his movie, man. You know, well, look, we'll check it out. What was this? This is a Psalm of David, right? Yeah. He said, "Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." Okay. What's the rod and the staff? What? Well, the scriptures. Okay. How do we measure the prophecies? We measure it through the scriptures, right? You know, and what comforts us when we read these scriptures? The spirit of Yahweh Shai, the spirit of Yahweh Shai, that's the comforter. We're getting comforted through this word, through this hope that we have in the lands of our captivity, especially over there in the land of America. Okay. And you got the brothers over there, starting with the apostles. The truth came out from America. Okay. And different brothers have woke up around the world, but the main place of the prophecy is America. Now we can jump back to Ezekiel unless you had a preset up.
It's just what you call my screens are just messing around. Salakia.
That's cool. While you sorting it out, I'll just read.
Yeah, I've got it back.
Okay.
Shit. Yep, there we go. Right, Ezekiel 37:2 says, "And caused me to pass by them round about, and behold."
Salakia, I meant the bones, which is going to explain further down.
Oh, Salakia.
The bones. No, that's my bad. The bones is talking about the nation of Israel. Okay, and it's going to explain that the whole house of Israel is going to explain that further on. But let's keep going.
Yes, so it's Ezekiel 37:2. It says, "And caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many open in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry."
Which means they had no knowledge. Okay. Scripture says, "Knowledge, wisdom shall be the stability of thy times." We didn't have that. We didn't have the knowledge, so we were very dry. Okay. There's a couple precepts we can get on that. I've got a couple here. John the 4th chapter, you can get.
Yep.
Isaiah 5:13. That links up nicely with Hosea 4:6. But we can go to John the 4th chapter first to see what Yahweh Shai had to say. That our Lord had to say about the water, because the scriptures are likened unto water. Okay, it both cleanses us and it also nourishes us.
Yep. It says John 4. Do you want me to read from the top, read into it, the woman, or jump straight to verse 10?
We can read into it a little bit. Yeah, why not?
Okay, so this is John 4 from 5.
Verse 7.
Okay, verse 7 says, There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Yahushua gave unto her, Yahushua said unto her, Give me to drink. For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat.
And this woman was a heathen. Go ahead.
It says, Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, says, How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Yahushua answered and said unto her, If thou knewest the gift of the Most High, and who it is that saith to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water.
So we're the ones who are being given the living water, right? Hold that for 1 second. I'm just going to read a quick precept. Right? John chapter 7 verse 38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. And what's living water? Water that constantly flows. We're getting our understanding, we're growing. Okay, Yahweh Shai is supping with us. What does it mean out of his belly? The belly of your mind, the seat of your mind. Yahweh Shai is dealing with us directly, man. Okay, for us to get this understanding. All right, and it's also likened onto what? Living water. So if the Lord is dealing with you, if the Holy Spirit is dealing with you, you're going to flow. You're going to be able to just flow in these scriptures, man. Go ahead, we'll go back to John 4.
Yep. It says, verse 11, The woman saith unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? And art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle? He says, verse 13, Yahushua answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
Yeah, man. So this is the water of the Spirit, this understanding. When we're without understanding, we're dry. You know, you're pretty much in a dead state.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna get that for you.
You know, but the water is what nourishes you and brings you back to life, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
It
It's like
says,
you know them ancient movies, man, where the guys on the battlefield. Well, usually in them ones they have like alcohol, but you know, like they might be in the middle of a desert and the guy comes to rescue him and he goes, "Whoa," like that.
yep.
He'll have like a little like animal skin, and he'll just give him the water and all that. You know, that's basically what the Lord did for us. We were dry, man, and the Lord gave us. We were begging for that water. We were thirsting for righteousness, and the Lord gave us that, man. You know, so it's a blessing to have this truth, to have His names, to have His correct names and this understanding. You know, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because you'd been mentioning it. This is Proverbs 21:16 says, "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead."
Yeah. Do you want to go into it?
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Without this truth, right? One is in a dead state. So, for instance, you read Revelation 11:8. It speaks of, well, how is it phrased? That their dead bodies shall lie in the
Lie in
street
the
of the
great
great city,
city, spiritually.
spiritually Sodom and spiritually Egypt,
Yeah.
right? Because yeah, that us in this state, we're dead in the what before the Lord woke us up, which is what basically we're going to be the brother's going to be breaking down Ezekiel 37th chapter. We were in a dead state, right? Any Jake that's out there walking that doesn't know that they're Israelite is in a dead state of mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
zombies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what zombies are. They're walking dead. They're walking. They're animated. You know, they'll drink, they eat. You know, they'll do all the carnal things, but they're not. They're dead.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, can you get John chapter 6 verse 63, Wilkshire? I think it's that. If I'm not mistaken.
Um,
Mhm.
John 6:63 says, "It is the spirit that quickeneth; the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life."
The words are the spirit and the life, man. So when we get understanding of these scriptures, that's where the life's at. That's where that knowledge, that wisdom is where the breath's at. Okay. We can jump back to let's actually, can you hit Hosea 4:6 and Isaiah 5:13 quickly, Bob? Sure.
Yep. It says Hosea 4:6. It says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children."
Yeah, and that we were destroyed through lack of knowledge, man. Okay, and our people are still like that to this day. Okay, but through this knowledge, wisdom, understanding that the Lord has opened up to us through, for us to open up through His Spirit, by being mouthpieces, people are going to reject that. And that's on to the, those of our people that reject that, they're going to remain in that destroyed state, in that lack of knowledge. They might think they've got knowledge, they might know a little something, but they really don't know. Especially if they don't know that they're Israel, especially if they're still in Kemet, or they think that, they think that we go back to Africa and that's as far as it goes. If they think that, they're in Islam, they're in this and that, Rastafari, you ain't got it, man.
Yep. It says Isaiah 5:13. It says, "Therefore my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst."
Multitude dried up with thirst, man. Okay, we're just in slavery. We didn't know. Okay, and our people are still in that. A lot of our people are still in that mind state. Okay, now we're in this captivity, but the difference is that we have hope, we have knowledge, wisdom, understanding, we have faith through the Lord, man. Okay, and that's part of the whole, the shaking, the waking up. But yeah, we can jump back up.
Yeah, so this is back in Ezekiel 37 now. It says, verse 3. It says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live?" And I,
That's my question, man. we say that sometimes you see Jake, man, just
yeah,
you're like, man, they're just through.
yeah.
You're just doing some crazy dumb shit. And you're just like, can these bones live, man? Which we know what it
That's
is,
right.
you know. But Ezekiel's like, can these bones live? Like, oh shit, you know. You see in the state of Israel,
Yeah.
you know. Go on, man.
You'll be seeing J. Cole like tatted up, like for instance, certain of the like Latin tribes, will just be doing too much. You'll be seeing vids of Jake in the ghetto, like you get that that ghetto Jake, right? You just and you're like, yo, like bro, like can these bones live? Those that ratchet Jake, man. Whew.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or Jake, that's just super cooning,
Yeah.
you know. Go ahead, up.
That's right. So verse 3 says, and he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, power, thou knowest. Right? It says, again, he said unto me, prophesy unto these upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh unto these bones, right? Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live.
That's the understanding. That's that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay, that the Lord said He was gonna breathe into us.
Mm.
You know, get a couple of precepts. Bear with
Yeah,
me.
a couple of precepts on that.
Yo, I got. You get what you
Uh,
get. I'll get a couple as well.
Yeah, this is Wisdom 7 from 24. It
Oh
says,
yeah, yeah,
for
that's a good one. That's a good one.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
It says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High, and the pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High, the image of his goodness. And being but one, she can do all things, remaining in herself. She maketh all things new, and in all ages entering into holy souls. She maketh them friends of the Most High and prophets, for the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. Right?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, up.
Yeah, so as it's pretty self-explanatory, but key verse here being verse 25 says, "For she's the breath of the power of the Most High." So when we're talking about breath, right?
Wisdom.
This is what it's what we're referring to.
Yeah.
Yep, I've
Just
got
gonna
one
read.
after as well.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Just got a quick one. Job chapter 33, verse 4. The spirit of Yahweh Shai have made me, and the breath of the Almighty have given me life.
Mm,
Right? And then I'm going to put that together with Job 32 and 8. For there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. Okay? And it's all linked up, man. That breath, that understanding. You know, when the Lord formed man of the dust of the ground, Scripture said that he breathed the breath of life into him, man. And
yeah,
that's
that
what
was
he
a
was
yeah.
given. Okay, meaning what? That we were given the understanding, the law, statutes, commandments. We were given the understanding of what it is, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, man. Okay, and that's what separates us and makes us different from the other nations. Okay, in the sense that we've got, we're the chosen of the Lord. We've been given these things. That's why no non-Israelite can come into this truth. You see brothers that look like myself, or you might see brothers that look so-called white or look so-called, I don't know, could be in Elam or Moab or whatever. Okay, they would only come into this truth and be able to understand this word if they were an Israelite, man. Okay,
Exactly.
and that this is part of that. This proves that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, what did it say in Psalms, right? Hath not dealt so with any other nation,
Yep,
right? So if the Most High is dealing with a man, you can see the Spirit flowing with him. That man's an Israelite, man.
that's right. You said you had one up.
Oh no, it was Genesis 2:7, which he quoted.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, we can jump back. We can keep going. I think we
Yeah,
covered that.
yeah. So it says back in Ezekiel 37:6 now. So now lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh.
Yeah, so that was the bones starting to come together.
Mm-hmm.
That's what sinews do, and pretty much, man. Sinews bring it's like they bring the muscles and the bones together. It's like the body coming together, But the difference is that while we're being covered with these sinews, while these sinews were being laid and the flesh was coming upon us, we didn't have the full understanding,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But Jake was starting to come together. Go ahead,
That's it. And on these next couple of verses makes me think of Micah, the 3rd chapter, where you've got people that are, the so-called leaders of Israel that are actively undoing this, trying to undo this. Where Micah 3 speaks on, who plucked their skin off from their flesh, right, and flesh from their bones, right. And that's what you get. You get these other groups. That's what they're trying to do, man. Here it is. The understanding is there. Bones coming to bones, sinews, flesh is coming upon. You get people that are actually trying to undo this work, man. But what does the scripture say? That basically the Lord hasn't lost any. Okay, bar the son of perdition.
That's why we got enemies, man. People that are enemies of this word.
Yeah.
Anti Hamashiachs.
Mm-hmm.
Anti Christ, as it says in the scriptures, man. Which is the anti Yahushai. They're trying to stop this, but the awakening is happening. It's happened. So this is leading up to that. Keep going on.
Yep. So it says, verse 7 says, "So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone."
Can we go into that word shaking, Bubble Shah?
Yeah, it says shaking in the Hebrew. It says Ra'ish. It says from H7493, vibration, bounding, uproar, commotion, confused noise, earthquake, fierceness, quaking, rattling, rushing, shaking.
Yeah, it said uproar, abounding uproar, commotion. So what was Jake doing? Okay, you had Jake up in the 60s, 70s really on, you had the different movements that were happening. Okay, different groups. Jake were coming together. You had Ephraim coming together with Jake coming out on the streets and protesting, man. You got different groups where Jake were basically starting to rise up, starting to awake. That's why you had different riots going on, around that time. Okay. You had different groups like the Black Panthers and all that. So these were all groups that were, Jake was starting to come out in the streets, man, starting to protest, start causing uproar, So there was a shaking going on. Now, so the bones were what they're connected, but it wasn't. It was the full awakening hadn't happened. But around about that same time, which is going to go into that, you had what High Priest Elder Abba Bivens, who was teaching both the Old Testament and the New Testament, and starting to break this knowledge down. Okay, which is, we believe that's the reincarnation of Elijah coming back, and that's according to prophecy in Malachi, the 4th chapter. Yeah, we can keep going up.
Okay. So it says, verse 8 says, "And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them." Then
they were coming together, but they weren't coming together as Israel. That's happening, on that mass scale. That wasn't happening. Okay, but the Lord's got his prophets out on the highways and byways. You can see it, and hey, Israel's out there now, man. Especially after the internet, man. Israel's out there. Everyone knows about the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, to the point where they've got to try and do counter smear campaigns. Put bullshit out there, agents calling us black Hebrew Israelites, which we're not black Hebrew Israelites, man. Okay, that's a term that they came up with. And why are we on the radar so much when all we're doing is peacefully teaching this word? Remember the Southern Poverty Law Center and all that? Had us on lists. Why? Because they know that we've got this truth, man.
That's right.
The truth alone of what we're teaching, what we're saying to you, is making these elites worry. Go ahead, up.
That's it. It says, "So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet." So, Salaki, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 9 says, Then said he unto me, Prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, Thus saith the Lord power, Come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live.
Yeah. So that started happening when we started going out on the highways and byways, man. Okay. Going back to the old school, that our apostles always tell us about the different, like I mentioned, High Priest Elder Abba Bivens, okay, King Marshal, High Priest Elder Ariel, High Priest Yaikwa. So, High Priest Shah, the different men that I mentioned, Apostle Tahar, you know, to this day, man, the different apostles, bishops, elders on down, man. So the men are out here. And that really, when the internet came about, and then, the apostles always tell us when they're on a YouTube, that's when they really, this before me and your time, but pretty much the thing blew up, man. The first time I saw the apostles, I saw them on the internet. I didn't go to America. I've never been there.
Yeah.
I saw, I ran into, I happened to know a brother that was in the truth, and, he spoke to me about it, but I was watching the apostles and getting the breakdowns and all that on the internet. So the internet is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. It's all part of prophecy too. I don't know if you had any scriptures on that. Matthew 24 comes to mind, but yeah, prophesying to the wind, man. So that's what we're doing. We're out on the highways and byways, whether you hear or whether you forbear, we're going to teach this word. Because the Spirit, the Lord has put the Spirit on us to do so. We have, in essence, we have no choice. But we love doing this, and that goes back to that thirst for righteousness. We love doing this, and the more that we do this, it's like we're basically the righteous, we have the hope for it. We're complaining unto the Lord to asking, begging the Lord when He's going to come back, complaining about this place. That's what we're doing, man. And we're teaching our people, and we're warning our people, okay, and we're also proclaiming the judgments that are going to happen on this wicked kingdom and the wicked people. I think I can get a scripture, a couple of scriptures. The internet, I said a lot there. Matthew 24, we can get. Matthew 24, we can get Isaiah 58 and 1. Whichever one you want to get up.
Yeah, let's get Isaiah 58, and then so it said, oops, it's bloody happened again. It says Isaiah 58 and 1, it says, Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Oops.
Jacob was complaining about, the way that we say something. I get what you're saying, but it's the way you said it, There's that real effeminate spirit out there in this world, man.
That's it.
Look, the scriptures, the Lord is not a respecter of persons. Okay, we're going to just give it to you raw what 100% truth is, just like we received it, and we continue to receive it. And it's our job to show our people their transgressions, man. Why? Because we're trying to get the elect to come out of that. It's fishing. Or what did the Lord say to Peter and Andrew? Follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. That's what we're doing.
That's it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Because that's it. You brother touched on the point about how, it's how it's the way we say things, but it's like that's not what this thing of ours is about, man. Right? The scripture says, gird up thy loins and show thyself men. Right. For I'll demand it of thee. And that's one of the things, what does Apostle Gabar say? Is before you become, before you can be a man of the Lord, you got to be a man first. Right. And that's one of the things that, dealing with Arkim, watching their vids, right? Watching vids of the apostle, vids of the bishops, vids of the elders, right? We're being trained on how to become a man, because the problem with this world is soft, it's effeminate, right? And wait, what does it say in Micah 2? It shall destroy you. Okay. So we just wanted to touch on that real quick.
Yeah, man, and stop all this picking and choosing shit. Like, I know brothers obviously got their certain spirits that they resonate with and all that. I get that. But hey, man, for people that are newly seeing this truth, well, I don't like the way that he says it, but the way he says it, look, man, just someone that you think, or he doesn't say it that certain way, He might tell you some life-changing stuff through the Spirit, man, that you really need to know, pertinent to your particular situation that you're going through in this hell. You know, thought I'd just say that as well, man.
Yeah, sometimes you need to get cut.
Yeah, for real. Right. All the time. That's how we get. That's how we.
Yeah.
Perfect. You know, you don't have just a gem. You got a gemstone, rough as hell, and you cutting it, and you just leave it halfway, and it's just there. Nah, man, you got to perfect that. This is the perfecting that the Lord's doing to us. Can you get Isaiah 30 and 9 out, Bob? Sure.
Come, bro.
Excuse me.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 30 and verse 9. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of Yahweh. Slakia. Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak
so what
unto
we're
us
telling
smooth
to them
things.
is right things, but we might come. There's a saying: the truth hurts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, truth hurts. It can hurt, man. But check this out: it can hurt, but it can heal.
Mm-hmm.
At first, it's sweet, but it can also be bitter.
Yeah.
And you know, if you know anything about bitters, like a bitter herb, that shit is good for you. It'll clean you out, man.
That's it.
You know, it said, "What speak unto us smooth things, prophesy the seeds." That's what people go to the church for, so they can have that pastor that just breaks everything down sweet. And nah, man, that's not this truth. That's not what the Lord is doing here. Okay, we're going into Ezekiel 37. The prophets when prophets were turning up to towns, what was it, Prophet Samuel? All trembling. What is he going to come with? Is he going to say something good? Is he going to say something bad?
Yeah. Even on that arc, these elites, they know the history. They know what when the scriptures speak about in Jeremiah 28 and 8, they understand that to be the truth. They understand that when the prophets came on the scene, right, that they came to basically be as they say in the world, bearers of bad news. Okay.
That's right, man. And they definitely know this truth. You know, because they spend so much money and so much power and resources to try and hide it. One example is NASA. All the money that they pump into NASA and the space and all of that, and there's all this extravagance. You know, they could have, when they first started that shit, they could have just turned around and said to the public, "You know what, man, we tried to get up there, but there's this like radiation belt. We just ain't got the tech for it, man. Maybe we'll try again in 20, 30 years." They didn't say that. They want to keep that illusion going. Why? Because there's a prophecy that says if they could search out the heavens above, oh, we've got the telescope, this and that. Look, man, you ain't got shit. You might see certain things. You might have certain drones going up to. You ain't gone to no moon. You ain't gone to no Mars. No man has landed on the Mars. No land, which they ain't said that they've done that, but they ain't not landed on the moon. Okay, just stop it, bro, man. What are you talking about, bro? In the kingdom, we're gonna do that like that.
Exactly.
You know, get the shuttle ship into the ship and go, man. We're there. You know,
exactly.
You wanna see the other planets and stars and galaxies so much. We're gonna see that, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna see all that, man. You know, and what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be in their minds. All you're gonna see is what you'd love to see, which is the caves. You'd love to see the top of the ceiling of a cave. You know what I mean? Cave.
That's it. That's it. Hey, because I one of the only way, well, the easiest way I look at that whole moonlight thing is just when you look at Esau's track record. When has he ever been known to go to a place and stop going? Right, that's not in his nature. You know, he didn't go. Say again.
Now, there's always them jokes on the internet. If it's an Edomite, he'd be like, "Let's investigate," and if it's a Jake, he'd be like, "Nah, I ain't going down there."
Exactly. You know, that was a parallel. Obviously, the Most High was with these devils when they went to the Americas, right? But that was a perilous journey. But when they realized that there was riches to me, they just carried on going. They carried on going. They didn't stop. So you're telling me Esau couldn't go and try to put a mine on the moon, right? Of course he would try to do that, but he just hasn't been there.
Hey, you mentioned in the Americas, sent almost fire, man. There was different signs and things that was helping getting them where they needed to go, and they knew damn sure what they were doing. They had Hebrew interpreters.
That's it.
You know, they knew where they were going and for what purpose, man.
That's it. Back in Ezekiel.
Yeah. Let's go back.
Yeah, it's Ezekiel 37 and 10 now. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived. and stood upon their feet an exceeding great army.
And that's why they're afraid. We can get Revelation 11:11. That's why they're afraid, man. Okay? Because this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in Yahweh Shai is what terrifies the people that be in power right now. That's what really terrifies them. The truth is what terrifies them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the 100% truth for that. They'd be watching the apostles to get things, man. Okay? And they got all kinds of scholars that go into the Bible day and night, that go into it just to find things out, man. That's what. Why? What do you think about all them archaeological digs are about? Why do you think there's so many no-go zones and cordoned off areas in Israel and Jordan and around Saudi Arabia and all that? Different sites, you know? Go ahead, up.
Yep. So verse, this is Revelation 11:11. This is, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they
Now that's
stood up.
important to know. What does it mean by 3 days and a half? Talking about a period of 350 years. That's what that prophecy is talking about. And the period of 350 years is what's that now? From now I know it ends in 1969. My maths now. I need to just.
Oh yeah. 14.
350 years from
1969 minus 350. 1619. Yeah, that's it.
1619. The water. I ain't gone over this in a while. 1619, man. Going back, you got Plymouth Rock, all of that. Okay. So pretty much, you know, after 3 days and a half, right? Which 1969, 1970, which High Priest Oda Bivens was on the scene. Okay. The spirit of life started to enter into us, man. We started to get the understanding of who we are and what's going on. And that grew and that grew and that grew to this day. Like the apostles always say, man, we push this. We got 100% truth. Okay. We're telling you what was, what is, and what will be. According to the scriptures. The histories have been broken down. What's happening right now, we're breaking it down every day. The news. Brothers are making videos every day. You got the prophecies of what's to come. We're telling you. And when it shall come to pass, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them.
That's right.
You know, go ahead, up.
Yeah, so it says, and after 3 days and a half, so 1619 to 1969, says, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood up on their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
That's right, man. So great fear fell upon them that saw them. That we're standing now, man. You know?
Yeah. Oh, what was it?
Yeah, go ahead, up.
It's like, I don't know if you quoted, but Wisdom 5, I stood with great boldness in front of them.
Man,
Yeah.
get that. If you want to get that, that's a good precept.
Yeah, let me grab it, load it up now.
I was thinking of them that stood so stiffly.
Yeah. That's it as well. Right? It says Wisdom 5 from the top. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before, and once again, when you watch the apostles on down, you just see, the boldness in the way that, everything is spoken. The scriptures speak about how, of Yahweh Shai, or was Yahweh Shai of the apostles, but basically, how, they spoke with authority. Okay.
And how they spoke with authority, so did the apostles, because they followed after his steps.
Exactly. Exactly. And when people see that, it's sort of like a whoa. Like, this is it. When you see Jake on the mainstream and on the news, they're quite timid in front of Esau. They were like, hey, all of this, that, and the other. But when you watch the apostle, it's straight up, bro, you going into slavery, man. If you're in it, so like you're going into slavery straight, and it doesn't matter what kind of Edomite it is, whether it's the man at Yale, what was it, the Renaissance man, whether it's, it's like, you don't what you're supposed to be a teacher, you don't know what Renaissance means.
And that's another thing. We got this. Hey, we go into things. We got knowledge. We're scholars, man. You know, and that example has been set by our elders. You know, that example has been set. So people get amazed. How, you know? Hey, it's because the Spirit of the Lord is dealing with us, man. We weren't doing
That's
this
right.
on that level in the world, man. You know? Hey, it said the righteous man standing in great boldness. Okay? That's Israel. Standing in the face of such as have afflicted him. Who afflicted us? Okay? Who put us into slavery, man? All right? Who killed us with the sword? Esau, and everyone that helped him. You know, the Arabs too. They're
Yep.
gonna get it. Now Esau's the number one, but Ishmael are gonna get it too. Okay, the wicked of our people are gonna get it, but they're gonna be okay overall. They're still gonna have to serve that judgment.
That's right.
Okay, you know, all the different the Hamites, they're gonna get it.
Yeah, all the ites.
You know, all these different nations, they're gonna get it, man.
Yeah.
Starting with the main one is gonna be Esau. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So back in Ezekiel 37 and 11 now. It says, then he said unto, oh, not showing. Slakia. It says, then he said unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold.
So it breaks it down. See, verse 11 breaks down the bones. So now we know that the bones talk about the whole house of Israel. Go ahead.
Yep, says, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts.
Hey, you know, the scriptures say we're prisoners of hope.
Mm.
You know, we have our hope. We want the reunification, man, of the nation. That's happening through this word. You know, behold, they say our bones are dried. When you got that's the marrow. You know, the blood, the life that's in the bone. A lot of people didn't have that life. Now the life is being breathed into us, man, and it's this word. You know, it's this word, man, that's bringing the tribes together. Okay, and that terrifies the elites.
Yeah.
Okay, the last time the tribes were together, now we're going to be fully established in the kingdom, of course. But the last time the tribes came together like that in unity, as we are in this truth, was in the time of Solomon. Because after what Rehoboam and Jeroboam, there was a split.
Mm.
You know, so this is the coming back of that. Hey, this is the continuation of Solomon's kingdom, man. Okay, and it's going to be established upon the earth by Yahweh Shai on his return, which is Solomon in the reincarnation if you receive it. You know, go ahead.
Yeah. So it says, therefore, verse 12, therefore, did I finish 11? Yeah. Verse 12 says, therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel.
Yeah, and that's what that begins with what us going out on the highways and byways. We're prophesying. That's what we're doing. Okay, and ultimately, you know what it's going to lead to? This is going to lead on to the salvation. Okay, starting with the Lord's elect and us being brought back into our land. Okay, that's what's in Revelation. New Jerusalem coming down, and the bride adorned for his husband. We're going to be giving them new bodies. The minute we come out of them chariots, it's go time. That's day one kingdom. You know, kingdom day one. That's day one. As soon as we come down, you know what we're doing? Judgment and order. You know, straight away. Anything that rears its head, its ugly head, against Yahweh Shemiel Shai and his chosen people, okay, the sons of God, that is everything is getting obliterated. And you want to talk about the great reset? Esau talks about the great reset. That's going to be the great reset.
Yeah.
All your buildings, all your idols, everything, all your space trash, we're going to have to clean up all that. We're going to clean up the oceans. We're going to be putting, first starting with their kings, put them into slavery. Okay. To start doing that, one of the first things is after that World War, you're going to have to start cleaning up them bodies, man.
That's it. Yeah, Ezekiel 39.
39 goes into that. You're going to end up, it's not to continual employment.
That's right.
You know, you're going into slavery.
Work, boy. Work.
You know, and we're in slavery right now.
Yeah.
We're working right now, man. But what kind of work you gonna get, man? He's all gonna be, every time you say Edomite, he's gonna be either pink, purple, or blue.
You should put on the t-shirt, huh?
Sabbath licking his wounds, like,
That's it.
We ain't gonna mess them up on the Sabbath, but every other day, man, they're gonna have to work.
They gonna get it, boy.
When they were getting work too, because of what you did to us, Let's keep going on.
Yep. So it says, verse 13. It says, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh, when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves. It says, and shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. Then shall ye know that Yahweh have spoken it and performed it, saith Yahweh.
Yeah, that ties into Wisdom of Solomon. Let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon 5 and read a couple more verses, because that ties into that.
Can. And now, can I also say, even on this, I was thinking about, just how miraculous it is that the Lord allowed us to have this, this truth again, to find out who we are again, because we were dead,
Yeah,
right? We were gone, right? We
yeah,
were gone, right? But the fact that, the Lord has led us back, it's sort of like, this is the Lord's movie. It's showing that this is just the power of the Lord. The fact that we were so far left, whether it was down in Christianity, down in Islam, down in black, right? Because you just get a whole load of our people that, as long as it's black, it's cool. It'll be some Hamite putting their head in a cow's behind, but just because it looks black, so yeah, but this is just one of our cultures. It's like, nah, bro. Like, the fact that the Lord allowed us to distinguish between Ham, right, and us, that, oh no, we're actually not the same people. Right? That's a miracle, right? That's the Lord working, man.
100%, man. And look, man, look at Esau, right? He likes to put up that picture. He puts up the caveman, the Neanderthal, he calls it, the caveman. And people, what do people always say? Look how far we've come. They believe in that shit, right? Which they ain't no bullshit. We weren't around, we don't want around 100,000 years and this and that. Me and this brother went to the Natural History Museum years ago in London. And we walked in and we read one plaque, and I think the plaque said 34 million years ago or something. I remember we were just like, man, fuck this, and we just walked out.
Yeah.
We'd probably go back there and get certain things back more, but we were kind of maybe a bit more fresher at the time,
Yeah.
maybe a bit over righteous, but hey, it annoys you. But people believe in that. You try and tell someone now, which that wasn't us, that was him. He's the cave dweller. He was in there, man. Before he got up, started getting all up into empires and getting powers according to prophecy. This guy was no one. Okay, so the Lord took a nobody and put him on the top, to the point where now people in the world, you try and tell them the so-called white man was just nothing, and they don't take you seriously. Not only do they say, not only can they not believe that he was nothing, but they try and push it like he's really everything. Everything is based on him, the image, everything. Right? Now you try and tell the same people that Jake, the tribes, really were the people. Nah. They don't want to believe that. They can't even see that. But they're going to see it in that day when Israel getting beamed up into them ships. You got that Wisdom 5 out.
Yep. So this is Wisdom, the 5th chapter. So I'll read from the topic. And then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for.
Oh, they should be troubled with terrible fear. Why? What were you so afraid of? Is it because is it because there's all kind of chaos happening on the earth? You got missiles, you got the chariots, and you aren't going in them. But you seeing Jake getting beamed up into them. The same people that you were looking down upon, same people that you were ridiculing. So far beyond all that they looked for, it's going to be a great salvation, man. Jake and they be getting beamed up all around the world. Go ahead, huh?
Yep.
The same place is going to be America.
So it says, verse 3 says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach.
Yeah, Jake, we're a proverb of reproach to these people. Keep going.
Yeah.
In fact, can you answer that word anguish, Brother Shah?
Right, in the dictionary, anguish is severe mental or physical pain or suffering.
They're going to be in severe mental or physical pain or suffering, man. You know how much it's going to mess them up?
Can.
That is going to, you know how much of a, lack of a better word, a mind fuck that is.
Yeah. Well, because even on that, when you look at how these people behaved when the CV was, bro, you could see they were messed up in the spirit, man. And you get certain individuals that to this day still haven't gotten over the whole episode, right? They look at you, you sneeze, and in the back of their mind, you see them just thinking, "Why aren't you wearing a mask?" You know, because their whole view of the world got warped and changed by that one ultimately minor event in the grand scheme of what's about to happen. That's what I mean by minor, right? So then now imagine the people that they have trodden down on are the people that they know that look, man, Esau can play dumb, but he knows he messed Jake up. These Edomites, these low level, they know that what do you call it? That they done a number on Jake, right? So when they see Jake being beamed up, they gonna be like, oh shit, we gonna have to pay for that, aren't we?
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah, yeah. That's gonna mess with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it says, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Yeah, because they think Jake don't amount to anything, man. Right, and the very fact that they see us out on the streets prophesying, but really from everything that they've and especially the lower level ones, from everything they've seen, Jake has never amounted to anything. Right, it's one of the things where Esau is systematically destroying the image of Jake in the media, right? Whether it's be Diddy, whether it be what's this, Kanye, right? All of these, or Will Smith, all of these so-called, they did Bill Cosby, and then that was like the family man Jake. So if it's like if he can't do it, right? If he can't be a good image, if Kamala's going on there on stage and all she has is bloody twerkers on that stage, they're basically destroying the image of the so-called Israelite. Right. And then to see them people being something amazing, they can't wrap their head around it, man. Right. But it's okay. Right. They don't need to believe. No, they're just
Yep,
going to have to see.
yep.
Verse 5 says, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High and his lot among the saints?
Who's the saints? The Israelites, man. The children of the Most High. That's us, and they're gonna see that, man. And hey, it ain't gonna be good. So that's what this is all leading up to. What we're doing now is leading up to that salvation. We all want that penny, which is
Mm,
salvation in the scriptures. In that parable, we're gonna get the penny. That's what we're working for. Everything that we're doing, all this that we're doing, okay, is so we can receive salvation from
yes,
this
sir.
coming judgment, be exempt from judgment. The tharwa, the mark of exemption, spoken of in Ezekiel 9:4, the word mark, and be saved, man. You know, and inherit the kingdom.
Yeah. Because
So
we're going to need spiritual intervention
yeah,
in these days to come. When you read, was it Daniel 12 says a time like never before, and it's like, wait, Dad, but we had the flood before,
right.
right? And so you tell it's gonna be worse than that, yeah. So the scripture says, right? It's gonna be bad out here, and we're gonna need that spiritual intervention. We're gonna need that spiritual hedge. Okay, verse. You want me to carry on Wisdom 5 or go back to Ezekiel?
Now go back to Ezekiel, okay?
Okay.
Don't start me.
It says Ezekiel 37 and 15 now, right? It says, the word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel and his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for the house of Israel, his companions.
And what do we do that? We got the sign, the stick, the sign, right? What does it say? Wood,
Yeah.
a plank. We have that out, and it has all the tribes on there, and who the majority of that tribe pertain to this day. You know, Judah, the so-called Negroes, Benjamin, the so-called West Indians. Levi, the so-called Haitians, Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians, so on and so forth. I don't even get a picture of their
Yeah, I was
face.
pulling that one up right now.
You know,
Where have we got it? Oh, you should bear with me a second. I'm just getting trying to find one.
that's cool. But yeah,
One
that's
of our
when you
ones.
see us on the videos, or you come to the camps, and you see us with that sign in front. Okay, that's fulfilling prophecy. Okay, and what did Jake do? It's going to go into it. Jake look at that and go, oh, there might be a West Indian. Hey, says that I'm a Benjamin. What does that mean? And we can go into that. We can explain why you're a Benjamin. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that prophecy, man. The 12 tribes of Israel, Judah, so-called Negroes, Benjamin, so-called West Indians. Okay. So on the right, we've got the so-called name, the bio, whatever people say it is, and on the left, you got the actual, tribe. Okay, and obviously you got the name in the Hebrew of the tribes as well, like Judah's Yahweh, and so on and so forth. Banyamyan, Lawyer, right? So Levi, Haitian, Simeon, Dominicans, Zebulon, Guatemalans, the Panameans, Ephraim, Puerto Ricans, Manasseh, Cubans, Gad, North American Indians, Reuben, Seminole Indians, Naphtali, the Argentinians, the Chileans, Asher, Colombians to Uruguayans, Issachar, Mexicans. That's the tribes coming back together, man. Okay, the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom. You can see the separation there. Okay, that's us coming back together. And then to understand that, you got to go into the history too, because Judah, Benjamin, and Levi were together in the Southern Kingdom, the Kingdom of Judah, and the other tribes headed by Ephraim were the Northern Kingdom. There was a separation, man. We mentioned that earlier with Rehoboam and Jeroboam. Okay, but the Lord is bringing back the tribes together and unifying, the tabernacles of David, because in the time of David we were together too. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
David's going to be our king, and it's going to actually go into that. So let's just keep reading.
Verse 17 says, "And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these?"
That's what they do. They come by. Say, hey, I just said that. Oh, well, what does this mean, Benjamin? Because you got a lot of Benjamites over there in the UK, especially around where we teach and stuff. Okay, when Jake come up, and what do? We tell him, hey man, that's Israel. That's Benjamin, one of the sons of Israel. Where are you from? Oh, I'm from Jamaica. Well, you're probably a Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
Then we explain it. We go break it down and give them this good word. Which is the gospel, the good news that they're an Israelite. That they're one of the tribes, and that they have a savior that's coming to save them, and his name is Yahweh Shai, and he's a so-called black man that looks like them, not like the so-called white man that's being put up as an image masqueraded all around the world. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. So it goes on to say, verse 19, "Say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, the tribes of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand."
We're being brought back to one, being
Yeah.
unified through what? Through this word, which is Yahweh Shai.
Real quick, if I can, this is Isaiah 11 and 13. It says, "The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim." Because right now there is a bit of that, that division, right? Esau helps forward that, mind you, right? Like for instance, I look at some of the commentary around what's this guy, man, Bruno Mars, and then you just be, oh, but he's not black. Why is he trying to? And it's like, bro, like ain't even about all that, man. Right? It's about the spirit. He's Southern Kingdom. We're Northern. Rather, he represents the Southern Kingdom, right? And we're the Northern Kingdom, Salakia, right? And we're i.e. Ephraim in this context, right? And then when they say black, they're referencing the Southern Kingdom, in this case, Judah, right? But we're one people. That's why we vibe. That's why, for instance, brother mentioned earlier on, I believe, you had the whole, black and brown together, in and it was the 70s, 80s, whenever it was, right? Jake was trying to get back together back then, right? But that was the wrong way. That was in the wrong thing. Okay,
The thing
but
is, you can get unified, Salakia.
you got it.
You can get unified together because you're getting oppressed. You might be getting oppressed by the police, you're getting oppressed by the law, whatever, right? The poverty, you can be getting oppressed. That's great. So you're now going on a march because you're getting oppressed. Oh, here I am with another person that's getting oppressed. You got people doing that every day.
Yeah.
Complaining about tax. What really makes you connected when you find out your family?
Yeah. 100%.
Hold on now. I'm a so-called Negro. I'm an African American, whatever you want to call me by. I'm a Judite, right? I'm not saying I'm a Judite, by the way. I'm just saying as an example. You're a Judite now, and then you look at your right, and you're marching with a Ephraimite, a so-called Puerto Rican. You're not meant to just look at him like, well, we're just getting oppressed, but he's still a separate people. No. What this word does is to let you know he's Israel. We're brothers. We're family. We're the same. That's it.
Yeah. And if I can back you, because that was a beautiful point you made there, because what has Esau done? In fact, what did Esau do? Right? He basically said, oh, okay, so you Jakes are oppressed. Okay, cool. So I'm going to get the alphabet people to join your movement because they're oppressed too. And then now you go to these, these BLM marches, you go and see a whole load of freaks there because it's become we're all oppressed. Like it's an oppression fest. Right? But we ain't got naught to do with them. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So this is Ezekiel 37:20. It says, "And the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes." Right. It says, "And say unto them, right, thus saith the Lord a power. It says, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land."
So it's the Lord that is gathering us right now through this word, and it's the Lord that's ultimately going to physically bring us back into our own land. We're not going to get no passports. There's even no movements. Get your passport and go over there and settle in Israel. No. Furthermore, that place is going to get a nuke.
That's it. It's going to get touched.
That place needs to be cleansed, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So we're going to be taken from the different lands that were scattered, main place being America, beamed up into them ships, and then the Lord is going to bring us to our land, man.
That's it.
I remember the earth was made for our sakes, and the capital, the central part of it's going to be Israel, man. Go ahead, Al.
So, "And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all."
And who's going to be our king? Our physical king is going to be David. Okay. And you got the precept on deck, that's right. And there shall be no more two nations. Why were there two nations? The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. There was a separation, right? Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all. Forever, we're going to be reunited. We're going to be connected. We're going to be Israel. Under Yahushua, under King David. All united, man. And thus shall we ever be with the Lord. Go ahead, Al.
This is Hosea 3:5. "Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek Yahweh their God, and David their king, and shall fear Yahweh and his goodness in the latter days."
Yeah, we know who King David is, man. That's King Marshall.
That's right.
He's in the spirit realm at the moment, man. He's going to come back with Yahushua. We believe that. Go ahead, Al.
Verse Ezekiel 37:22 says, "And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions."
See,
But
when Jacob get in these different groups and they're outside of the truth, they're still defiled. Okay? The scriptures say our righteousness is as filthy rags.
That's right.
We know this truth. Okay, but the truth actually cleanses you. You start to become pure. You start to become purified. That's why the scriptures say, "Who shall lay anything to the charge?" How's it go? The charge of the elect. Who shall charge?
I'll find it for you.
Salakia.
Yep. This is Romans 8:33. It says, "Who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? It is the Most High that judgeth."
Yeah, man. So the elect are good. They're being cleansed. It was ordained that way. Now, ultimately, all Israel and the kingdom are going to be like that, man. That's what it's going into. If you jump back to Ezekiel 37, all those detestable idols, all the different things, that's all going to be done away with and cleansed.
Yeah.
It's going to be that great cleansing.
Yeah. And in the kingdom, right? The Lord is going to give us that heart of flesh, and wherein we won't sin anymore. So that whole idolatry, we ain't going to be doing that in the kingdom.
Nope.
Okay.
You ain't gonna see everyone's up in the kingdom now, all shining. You see one Jake come by with a little fez, giving like salama alaikum and all that. Nah, man, he gonna be saying shalawam,
That's it.
and he gonna have a crown.
Yeah, and if anything, he gonna be like, if it's what you call it, one of the ones that don't make it on this side, he gonna be like, man, I can't believe I was wearing that fez. What the hell was I thinking, man?
It's for the lack of knowledge, man.
That's it.
Go
That's
ahead.
it. So it says, neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions, but I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power.
Yep.
Says, and David my servant shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and
But
do
talking
them.
about the kingdom. Okay, it actually even had a little title. It said the Vedic kingdom, the Vedic kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
The tabernacles of David, the breach is being closed off, man. The tribes coming together. Go ahead, up.
Yep. So it says, and they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servants, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever.
Yeah, this is all going into the kingdom, and it's beautiful, man. Just reading it is just beautiful.
Mm.
It's already prepared for us, man. It's just the prophecy's just got to be played out. And we're going to be able to enjoy our children. In this kingdom, we can't do that. For those of us that have children, we can't really fully enjoy them, man. In the kingdom, we don't have to worry about nothing. You don't have to worry about nothing. Everything's going to be done. Everything's going to be catered for. Your child can go and do what he's got to do. He's going to play with snakes and lions, man. You don't have to worry about nothing. When you was watching the Flintstones, I know it's cartoon now, yeah. That's Esau and that cave stuff, right? When you watch the Flintstones, you had his neighbor Barney.
That cave stuff. Sorry, that was funny, bro.
I watched it for years, man, but I watched it when I was a child. But when I remember he had his neighbor Barney, and his Barney had a son, Bam Bam, and he was super strong. He was a kid, and he used to just go around and just beat up dinosaurs and knocking them over the head with a club and all that. He was super strong. That's how our children are going to be. They're going to be like Bam Bam. Ain't nothing. The animals, the wild animals are going to be. They're going to be commanding them. Go get that heathen, man.
Mm.
Go get that heathen. Put lions on heathens and all that.
That's it.
He better not even look. These heathen better not even look in no way towards our children, man.
Mm-hmm. Just on what the brother says, Isaiah 11 and 6 says, the wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and the little child shall lead them. And yeah. Says, and the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox, and the sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice's den. Right? It says, and they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of Yahweh as the waters cover the sea. Just to back up what you were saying.
That's right, man. That's it. It's the scripture straight. So the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice's den, man. The sucking child shall play on the hole of the arse. Playing with serpents, man.
Yeah. It says a child shall be, playing with a wolf, leading a leopard, just leading them, man.
We're gonna be, so we ain't have to worry about all that. In the kingdom, we're not gonna worry. This is the place where we worry. Now the difference with us is we worry in this flesh, but we also have hope. So we don't worry like people in the world because they have despair, which is the lack of hope. We have hope. We have the comfort, like King David says in his psalm. I wrote on my scepter. He said, "Comfort me." This word, man. Go ahead, huh?
Yeah. It says back in Ezekiel 37 and 26. It says, moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them, says, and I'll place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. My tabernacle also shall be with them. Yea, I will be their power, and they shall be my people.
Right.
It says, and the heathen shall know that I, Yahweh, do sanctify Israel, where my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore.
Yeah, Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to be with us forevermore. And all the nations, all these different heathen nations are going to know it, man. You know, they're just going to know it, man. You know, Israel is that. We're that nation, man. You know, we're that guy.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? When you see Israel flying over your land, man, you better just bow. You know? Just bow, man. Okay? When you got people just bowing before you, that's when you're blessed. You know? Let nations bow down, let your mother's son bow down to thee. You know? That's what it means to be blessed, man. So we're going to be blessed in the kingdom, man. And this is all leading up to that. Right now, we don't need no Edomites kissing our boots, man. Okay? And you don't know, that could be an Israelite.
Yeah, for real.
Looking like a so-called white man. Okay? In the kingdom, okay, we don't need all that theatrics, man. Okay? We ain't gonna have to do nothing in the kingdom. It's already, everything's gonna be set. People are gonna know, man. You know? People are gonna know. But yeah, man, unless you had anything to add, that was it. Pretty much.
Nothing.
Calm, bro. So, Lord willing, this has been an edifying lesson in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Bashem Kadash. Lord willing, we covered the chapter and it was edifying. And yeah, man, you know, on to the next one. More lessons until we get out of here, man, you know. So for that, we're gonna give all praises, glory and honor unto Yahweh
Bashem Yahshai Bashem Kadash.
Double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders.
Double honors.
Shalom to the elect, man. Yahweh Shai. Bless, man. Yahweh Shai.